While Suzuki has faced criticism for not releasing new models as frequently as its competitors, the V-Strom 650 is a great illustration of the advantages of gradual progression versus radical reinvention. Although the engine of the V-Strom 650 originated with the SV 650 in the 1990s, and its chassis can be traced back to the first-generation model that was introduced in 2004, the bike still meets modern emissions regulations thanks to a continuous program of improvements. The V-Strom 650 is an affordable adventure bike that can be used on the street. Even though a brand new parallel twin-powered successor is presently in development, the smaller V-Strom never lets you down, even though its days may be numbered. The 650cc variant of the V-Strom 1000 was a logical addition to the lineup when it was released in 2004 after the bigger model was introduced in 2002. It had the same initial issues as the larger bike. It had tacky style and, even with its upright riding posture, its aluminum frame and cast wheels positioned it firmly on the touring end of the adventure touring spectrum. Because it lacked a true off-road component, riders had a difficult time finding a bike that would make them appear as though they were traveling to the mall rather than on a road trip to Mali, which impacted the V-Strom's sales. Once you got beyond its aesthetics, the original V-Strom 650 was an amazing middleweight that sold well and offered performance and handling that were better than what its appearance may have suggested. A 2011 style update improved ground clearance, increased fuel tank capacity, and range. However, it wasn't until Suzuki debuted the first-generation V-Strom 650 XT in 2015 that the bike began to truly embrace its adventurous side with the addition of wire wheels and a beak at the front. Although the whole adventure bike class has come to be defined by that beak, it all started with Suzuki's original DR Big. After a thorough redesign in 2017, the V-Strom truly embraced its history, acquiring style that hasn't altered till the model year 2023, which is half a decade later. The V-Strom 650 maintains the more streamlined appearance of the 2014-2019 Volt-Strom 1000, but the bigger V-Strom 1050 now resembles the DR Big more due to its rectangular headlamp and block-like body, which are clear nods to Suzuki's adventure bikes from the 1980s. It's unlikely to receive a cosmetic upgrade to match the bigger model since Suzuki is planning to replace the V-Strom 650 with a new 700cc parallel twin adventure bike that will have more significant off-road capability to rival the Yamaha Tenere 700. This replacement might happen as early as 2024. The only difference between the 2024 V-Strom 650 and earlier models is color. The XT shifts from blue, silver with blue anodized wheels to white with gold anodized wheels, while the base model's only color choice changes from white to blue. Meanwhile, the XT Adventures keeps going with its blend of blue graphics, anodized wheels, and black paint. 3 trim levels for the V-Strom 650 are offered. Basic, $8,904, XT, $9,399, and XT Adventure, $10,499. Though slight, the variations between the models are noteworthy. The V-Strom 650 XT has spoke-style tubeless wheels, handguards, and a lower engine cover, whereas the basic model has cast wheels with 10 spokes. To the XT's equipment, the V-Strom 650 XT Adventure adds 37-liter panniers, handlebars cross-bracing, engine protection, and an accessory bar. The 645cc DOHCV twin engine of the V-Strom 650 may appear antiquated, but little modifications throughout the years have maintained its power while limiting emissions to comply with constantly shifting laws. The engine produces 65.2 horsepower and is rated at 70 horsepower. The traction control system stated earlier controls the power transfer via a 6-speed gearbox and chain final drive. However, the quickshifter technology that has grown more popular in motorcycles in the 2020s is absent. The frame is adapted from the original V-Strom 650, much like the engine. The Suzuki is better off on the road, where it is used 99% of the time, even if it does not have the off-road design that its rivals are starting to use. The 650 features flawless on-road behavior because to its sturdy aluminum twin-frame chassis and straightforward yet efficient suspension. If the V-Strom's off-road skills don't match its good looks, it inspires you to travel to the farthest horizons. The twin-piston sliding caliper front brake of the V-Strom 650 gives us a quick reminder of how old it is. It seems like an anachronism in a world where even scooters have 4-pot radial stoppers, yet it will pull the V-Strom very sharply. Of course, the V-Strom has ABS, but it's not the type of advanced cornering ABS seen on many current bikes, not even middleweight models. Moreover, it cannot be disabled for off-road riding, which is another sign that the bike isn't as committed to the dirt as some of its competitors. In terms of equipment, the V-Strom 650 isn't far behind, even if it doesn't have as many features as other models, such as smartphone connection, LED illumination, and full-color TFT instrumentation. There is traction control and ABS, but not the IMU-assisted cornering capability of some competitors. The ride-by-wire throttle has also benefited from some well-considered upgrades, such as a low RPM assist function that lessens stalling.